America's public schools are failing students in multiple ways. One of the most disruptive is the process by which students are funneled out of the public school system and into the juvenile justice system. It's called the school-to-prison pipeline.
Rick, who are the students getting arrested under zero tolerance, and what are they being arrested for?
Unfortunately, 70% of those who are actually arrested under zero tolerance policies are minorities. And that's one of the issues that ADL is attempting to address, and that is the disparity between the use of law enforcement, the use of criminalization with respect to misbehavior by students of color, LGBT, and disabled children.
And what are they being arrested for?
Well, the arresting is only part of the problem, but they're being arrested for a much wider variety of behavior than it used to be. Zero tolerance policies had a very, very good goal, which was to eliminate drugs and guns on campus. Unfortunately, what we're seeing is a much wider application to behavior such as willful defiance and other types of behavior, which quite frankly should not be criminalized, should not be the reason for arrests or referral into the juvenile justice system.
A study in Texas found that 97% of the state's suspensions were for subjective reasons, made at the discretion of school administrators. And Black students were 31% more likely to receive discretionary suspensions than white students.
It obviously affects the individual who's actually entering the penal system, but you're affecting communities, you're affecting the economy, you're affecting families, you're affecting school systems.
The disparity can start as early as preschool, when 48% of preschoolers who are suspended more than once are Black. Black students are 3 times more likely to be suspended or expelled than their white counterparts. And Black girls are suspended at higher rates than girls of any other race.
I want to believe we need more of our educators to take a genuine interest in the whole student as opposed to what they want to teach on the board and so forth.
For me, from a law enforcement perspective, I think there are policies that can be reviewed, and the less law enforcement is engaged in some of the minor policy violations of students in schools, and they're handling those and not using us as a resource to fix the problem, then I think we're much healthier.
It's partnering with child welfare, with behavioral health, your community partners, law enforcement, to understand better the context of that child's life and how best to support them to be ready to learn.
We're very hopeful that investing a little more upstream and not allowing these kids to drop out of school somewhere in middle school, that we will in fact really take a bite out of the school-to-prison pipeline.
In Oakland, California, public schools are trying something called restorative justice, where both parties in a conflict talk it out with a counselor instead of relying on punishment. The results are pretty encouraging. In the last 10 years, chronic absenteeism is down, and graduation rates are up in the schools that have tried it.